Everything that we experience in the universe is polarity. Everything that happens has charge. It's charge that separates each molecule from the other, giving you the sense of difference between a table and the air. It's polarity that separates these things out and gives us an experience of coming into contact with things. And that process of coming into contact with things is the gift of our movement through time. And time itself is one of the greatest experiences of polarity. Because in time we experience good and bad, light and dark, up and down, forward and backward, and even this moment and then this moment. And the difference between them is an experience of polarity. So this is the experience of the alchemy here, and the experience of some of these dynamics that move through. And in this time right now, we're really witnessing that any man can be a masculine or feminine essence at any time, and any woman can be masculine or feminine essence at any time. And because that's shifting, and because sometimes what we were used to is also changing as dynamics and relationship and life changes, then we can start to look at those things and realize how to navigate them. Start exploring, well, what does it mean if that creative masculine essence is coming from here? What does it mean to me to be more feminine essence right now? Or if there's the feminine essence, here's the emotional flow, here's the feeling, how do I expand with my masculine essence to hold more space for that, to create more safety for that, to allow for that to be more and more without without reacting to it, without collapsing my attention to one specific thing of it, but instead being fully open-bellied, strong, holding space, allowing for that emotional energy to move through and feeling through it, feeling through that feminine as it's being expressed, and feeling all the way through that sensation into love and surrendering into love. The male energy wants to go up. It wants to go up and expand out and shoot out the top and go up and out and direct and release and take off like a rocket ship. Big phallic freaking, rocket to the sky. And the feminine wants to melt down. It wants to melt and melt and melt and melt and melt until it's so melted and wet and dripping that it's literally just flowing and gushing and pouring down into the earth like a waterfall. These two experiences of the male and the female, the masculine and the feminine, are extremely attracted to each other. That falling water wants to meet that stone that's erect and is not going to be crushed by the falling water. It's present. It's holding space through it. The masculine, because it's got to hold this expanded consciousness, expanded attention, this erectness, oftentimes the feminine that wants to melt challenges that. How much can he be erect? How long can he last? What if I really let go on my emotions? What if I really express? What if I really feel this all the way through? What if I give all I've got? Can he handle it? Can he stay present? Can he stay focused through it? And for the feminine, to melt, to open, how safe is it to open that deeply? You want to test, men. You want to test that space. How solid is this ground? If I scream and tantrum and bang up and down and break the ground, is it still going to be there or not? You need to know. So you got to let it flow. You let it come out. You let that energy move. Or you test it a little bit. What if whoa, okay, no, that didn't, no, that fell through. Wasn't able to be present with that. But that's okay. That's okay too. And the recognition in the feminine is men need practice. And for men to gain the practice, they need the communication, they need the expression, they need the fullness of love to come through and support to be that strength. They need the energy. They need that flow of energy and love for their consciousness to be able to fully expand. They need to feel like that love is there and that it's really present and it really wants them. It really wants their rocket. It really wants their strength and their power. It really wants them, that purpose, that intention, that being. That's what the male wants. And the more it feels that, the more it's dedicated to being there. The more it's dedicated to being present. The more it will work to be fully conscious and expand consciousness and attention. And for that to happen, the feminine has to flow and recognize its own emotion, the own emotional flow, and that those emotions are going to come in waves and cycles, and sometimes it's going to melt fully and be explosive all the way out and all the way through, and sometimes it's not. It's going to flow a different way, and there's more of a roundabout, curved, flowing hillside trail that goes around, and then eventually, ooh, that's a little more open there and flowing, but I gotta go on a longer trail and keep going this way and feeling this much, and I gotta feel through all of these different layers of feeling and experience. I have to have my body kissed and touched from my toenails to my knees to the backs of my thighs to under my arms to feeling behind my ear, and let me know what it feels like when you pull my hair gently, and let me know what it feels like to be kissed this way, and what about over here, and did you pay attention to my navel? And it's all of the feeling and all the sensation wants to be experienced. All of it wants to be recognized for its beauty and for its sensation and for its flow and for its touch. And so for women, if the man's not going there, you gotta guide him there. You gotta tell him, like, I want that whole trail. I want the whole trail. I want the whole journey, the whole experience. I don't want it to just end. I want this to last. I want this experience to go so deep that all we are is love with each other. That's deep magic, but that's got to be expressed. Because, believe it or not, the man wants that too. But the man needs patience, and the man needs support to be able to hold it through all of that, and to stay with it through all of that. And an invitation to go through the pleasure and experience more on the other side of that. To experience the deep love that's there. So this merging and this flowing down and through into the experience of the divine can go in either direction. It can be so relaxed, so open, so melted, so flowing that it completely surrenders to everything that is and becomes complete love. Full, deep, present, endless love. Radiant energy of love and beauty and magic. And it can go the other way. The masculine, expanding, flowing, feeling through, expanding intention and attention until consciousness literally leaves the surface of sensation and experience and item and object and this and that, and the pump and sweat and glory of all of the experience is suddenly perceived from a place that's beyond it and through it and around it and embracing it. And it's held. All of it is held in this space of love.